Okay, afternoon everyone. Welcome, and slightly different one today because we're going to be doing two alcohol-free wines, or one alcohol-free wine and one low-alcohol wine. Both of these wines are made by the Leitz Weingut. Thank you for my accent. Company made by Johannes Leitz in Germany. The Cab Sauv, as you can see here, and they're nicely labelled, the Cab Sauv is 0.5% alcohol and the Riesling is 0% alcohol. Now, UK and EU law vary a little bit here. Thank you, Brexit. Oh, jokes, sorry. UK law says that alcohol-free products must have less than 0.05% alcohol. Whereas EU law says as long as they're 0.5%, they can be classified as alcohol-free. So therefore, this one is alcohol-free, this one is zero alcohol, and so just to be aware, that's how that works. Now, these two wines are produced in a region of Germany called Rheingau, which this part of the Rhine sort of takes a dog leg around, and if I show you on a map, just click my fingers. You would have just seen where Rheingau is, and that's where the predominance of their vineyards are. They've got 13 vineyards, I think it is, and they're all around that Rheingau region. All right, it sits on the northern side of the bank, but it is south-facing, which means it's getting really good, consistent sunshine, which means you get really good quality grape there. All right. Now, the main thing about alcohol-free wine is there's probably 8 to 10 different methods of de-alcoholizing wine, or cold filtration, or any number of different varieties. I'm not going to get into the science of it, but it's fair to say, because these are grown in a cool climate, you are going to... Sorry, excuse me. Again, always with this, it's ridiculous. Because it's grown in a cool climate, you get plenty of flavour from the grape and from the grape juice without necessarily having to take it to a really high alcohol ABV anyway. So this is probably going to be a really tasty alcohol-free wine. It's not something I'm particularly fond of because I think it has a slightly strange aftertaste, but the technology has got much better, so our ability to de-alcoholize wines, and I believe these are both put through reverse osmosis methods, means... First attempt at voiceover work, everyone, so you get to enjoy this. This is the diagram of how reverse osmosis works for de-alcoholizing wine. Okay, thank you to the Wine Folly for such a wonderful little diagram. Means that you get really good quality, concentrated flavours without any of the alcohol, or very little of the alcohol. So, this is the Cabernet Sauvignon. Cabernet Sauvignon is the most prevalently planted red grape in the world, so let's hope that's still correct. It was a few years ago anyway. Okay, well, good start. It looks like wine. And the Riesling. If this comes out purple, we've got a real problem. Nope. Looks like Riesling. Okay. So, little fun thing there. Clear the palate. I'm going to start Riesling, then we're going to go to Cabernet Sauvignon. So these are both alcohol-free wines, and see that there? That looks pretty good. All right. Let's give it a smell. So it's an interesting aroma. You don't get lots of bright citrusy notes straight away, but there's maybe a little hint of petrol, maybe green apple as well, maybe some blossomy peachy notes as well. Okay, so it's got a pleasant sort of effervescence to it, and it's got a really nice texture to it. It's quite dry, it's very green appley, It's very blossomy. It's a little bit sort of peachiness, and maybe a little bit of, obviously, grape as well. There's a grape flavour there. And no, a nice reserved, very clean tasting flavour. It's a really great easy drinking wine actually, and to be honest, if you're not drinking alcohol and you want to feel like you're an adult and you can sit and have a glass of wine with people, that's a belter. Doesn't have a lot of the peppery notes, a little bit of minerality to it as well, so it is quite clean and crisp and dry. Okay, let's try the Cab Sauv. Okay, so lots of berry notes on it, and blackcurrant as well, obviously, you would expect. It's a little bit more intense, almost like a blackcurrant jam. And actually, this is recommended, it should be slightly chilled, so I have had that in the fridge for about half an hour before I'm drinking it. Definitely blackcurrant, maybe a little bit of plum, but not much. It's quite dry. It's got some tan in there as well. It's quite pleasant actually. Little, I don't know whether it's woodiness, but it's also dry. It does have some residual sugar, so it's sweeter than a normal red wine would be. Is a little thin, they both are. They're not, you know when you drink a wine, it just fills the mouth. It's really appealing like that. These don't have that, but what they do have is that they have really nice, balanced flavour profiles that are actually really enjoyable. And if you're sat outside in the sunshine, and it's cool, but it's a sunny day, someone enjoying themselves in the park. These are fantastic wines. Like, why wouldn't you do that if you're driving somewhere, or if you're doing sober October, or you're, I don't know, potentially pregnant? Enjoy a nice glass of wine that's not going to make you feel horrific, and it tastes really good. And actually, I think if I've got to pick one that I like more than the other, it would be the Riesling, because it's just a little bit more, it's drier than this one. This one would work with dark red meats and some stews as well. They're both great, they're both lovely. You can get them both from Majestic. I think they're £7 a bottle each, and they're really easy drinking. And if you're not drinking, why not? Enjoy. Cheers everyone. I could cheers with water, but cheers, enjoy.